Hey, this is Adam Ginsberg, and in this video, I'm going to be addressing Amazon's latest policy changes to their inbound shipping settings for those of you that are using Fulfillment by Amazon. This update, this most recent change that Amazon has instituted, has caused chaos amongst Amazon sellers. They're noticing that their fees for shipping items to Amazon for fulfillment have gone up in some cases by double. And we're going to address that here in this video. It's very important to take notes, to go slowly, to watch it again and again, and make sure that you're set up for success. One of the things that you'll notice is you'll want to log into your Amazon Seller Central account and head over to your inbound settings. Now you'll do that by going to the cogwheel and selecting the drop-down menu of FBA or Fulfillment by Amazon. From there, you'll see a segment that says Inbound Settings, and you'll click on Edit. Now, there are three options here. The first one is Amazon Optimized Shipments. The second one is the default, which is the partial shipments split. And the third one is the minimal shipment split. Now, in the past, we would have, by default, selected the minimum shipment split. But now that has become the most expensive option when sending items to Amazon. Amazon has defaulted you to the middle option. However, the least cost option to you is the first option, that's Amazon Optimized Shipments. When we go through this process in this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about sending items in from a retail arbitrage product sourcing perspective. Minimal number of units, one ASIN per plan. In a future video, I'll address how this affects those of you that are buying wholesale or private label or have your own branded products and are sending items in, perhaps buying them on pallets, sending in lots of quantity with many different ASINs. But for this specific video, we're going to cover the retail arbitrage approach. Now, I should mention that in the past, one of the benefits, in fact, I think the main benefit for Internet Mastery community members who use the Internet Mastery Prep Center and our technology is the idea that you can send all of your items to the Prep Center and not have to receive them yourself, box them, label them, ship them, and do all of that mundane day-to-day work that it takes and it requires to send items to Amazon for fulfillment. It's not really that hard to do it. It just takes time. Well, what you're going to discover in this process is that you might want to think twice about doing this yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some examples. I'm going to log in and create a plan using my Amazon account. And then from there, I will create a plan, the same plan, utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center. We're going to do this a few times. The first time we're going to do it, we're going to create the plans as if we were utilizing the default settings that Amazon provides you, which is the partial shipment. I should mention to you that since Amazon has made these changes, they set the default the way they did and didn't really let anyone know that they've done this. And the reality is most people have no idea what any of this stuff actually means. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. Then we'll utilize the Internet Mastery Prep Center. We'll do the exact same thing. We'll see what it looks like. We'll see what the results are. And then we'll start to make some comparisons. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to send 6 units into Amazon. I'm going to select an expiry date because expiry dates are required for this specific product. I'll click on the Ready to Pack button. From there, I'll click on Pack All Units. I'll then enter everything will fit in one box, and I'll click on Confirm. From here, I'll enter the box dimensions. In this case, it will be 8 by 8 by 8 and weigh 3 pounds. I'll click on Confirm Packing Information and then simply click on Confirm and Continue. Once I've done that, we'll have to wait for a few seconds. Amazon will confirm the fulfillment centers and will create us a plan. The next thing I'll do is I'll select my shipping date, and then we'll start to take a look at what the results are. And you'll notice that Amazon has chosen for us the minimal shipment split. We can see that the total cost of the inbound shipping to Amazon is $4.84. We can also see that the inventory placement fee is $1.38. This accounts to 23 cents per unit. So in the past, Amazon would charge us $4.84, and then Amazon, once they received all the inventory, would move it from Amazon Fulfillment Center to Fulfillment Center without additional charge. But now with Amazon wanting all of the inventory to be as close to the buyers as possible and spreading out the inventory as much as possible, they're passing that cost along to the sellers. So you will find that in some cases you'll have 4 or 5 plans for the same shipment. But in this case, and that, by the way, increases your shipping costs because you have multiple plans and now you have multiple inbound shipping costs. But in this case, we can see that Amazon is simply charging us an extra $1.38. We can always increase our pricing by 25 cents to offset that. But our total charges are $6.22. This is if we are going through the normal channels of Fulfillment by Amazon. So anyone who's watching this video and doing the FBA prep from home, this is what you would pay for this specific shipment: $6.22, $4.84 inbound shipping to Amazon, and then 23 cents per unit for 6 units for a total of $1.38, adding up to $6.22. Now, what I want to do is head over to the Internet Mastery Prep Center and show you what you would do as an Internet Mastery community member. You would simply submit the prep form just as you would any other form. In this case, we're going to call this APE, PMZ APE test number 1. I'll select the item. I'll add in my quantity of 6. The inbound shipping source is not relevant, and I'll click on Submit. Now that we've submitted this item to the Prep Center, the next thing that I want to do is I want to take you inside the Prep Center technology as if we had received this item at the Prep Center and we're going to prep it and send it to Amazon. We have worked tirelessly on this technology. We have invested a tremendous amount of time, money, and resources in making this the most advanced technology available anywhere in the world. And quite frankly, it does give our Internet Mastery community members a strategic advantage. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes. So in looking inside of Prep Center OS, I'm just simply going to receive the plan as if it had arrived at the Prep Center. We have 6 units. I'll click Receive. From here, we will just continue to go through the process of a plan that is in progress. I'm going to get the shipment plan. We're going to put everything in one box, and we'll use the same information, 3 pounds with a box that's 8 by 8 by 8. I'm going to submit the transportation details to Amazon and then confirm my transportation request. Once I've printed the label, I will be able to head back over to my Internet Mastery community account to see that that has actually been submitted and completed. We can now see that the item is en route to Amazon, and we'll click on the A. Clicking on the A will take us directly to the Amazon shipping plan that was just created for us by the Prep Center within our Internet Mastery account. And here you'll be able to see something fascinating. You'll be able to see that Amazon is charging us $1.38 for the inbound placement service fees, and the Amazon partnered carrier cost, or the inbound shipping, is $4.84. In other words, if you leave the settings as is and do not make any changes to your settings within your Amazon seller account, the total cost, $6.22, is exactly the same whether you create the plan on your own or you have the Internet Mastery Prep Center create the plan for you. So there is no difference in that process. So if you're planning on prepping the items yourself versus using the Internet Mastery Prep Center, in this specific example, there would be no difference in price. However, that's not the real takeaway that I want you to have. What I want you to do first and foremost, right here and right now, is I want you to change your settings within your Amazon seller Central setup. You'll go to the settings wheel. You'll scroll down to the bottom, Fulfillment by Amazon. You're going to head over to the inbound settings, and you're going to change your preferences to Amazon optimized shipment splits and click on Save. Once you do that, your updates will be saved for inbound settings, and this takes place immediately. So now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat the exact same process. Instead, we're going to do it with our new default settings of Amazon optimized shipments. So in this case, I'm going to enter 6 units. We're going to enter an expiry date sometime in the future. We're following the same process that we did. We'll click on Ready to Pack. We're going to then click Pack Individual Units, and we're going to put everything in the same box. We'll click on Confirm. We'll enter our dimensions of 8 by 8 by 8 with 3 pounds. Click on Confirm Packing Information, and then Confirm and Continue. Again, we're just following the same process with a different set of preferences in our Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon section. We'll enter the ship date, and we can see here that there are no changes. So by changing our settings from within our Amazon account, we end up with this particular shipment of these 6 items with the same option. That is one shipment, $1.38 inbound placement, and $4.84 for inbound shipping. So the total is $6.22. So whether you had the default preference or the updated preference, if you're doing the prep yourself, in this specific example, there is no change. I'm going to head now over to the Prep Center form. I'm going to submit now the exact same form that we submitted before, except now we have changed and updated our preferences on the Amazon side. And so we'll enter this as being PMZ APE test number 2. We will select our item. We will choose a quantity of 6. The original shipping source is not relevant, and then click on Submit. And then in this example, we're now going to do the same thing. I'm going to head over to the Prep Center Technology. I will receive the plan. There are 6 items in this plan, as if the item had been shipped to the Prep Center. I will go through the process of getting a shipment plan, and I'll follow the same steps that I did previously. We will put everything all in one box. The weight will be 3 pounds. The dimensions of the box will be 8 by 8 by 8. And I will click Get Transportation Details. Once I've submitted this information, we're going to head back to our Internet Mastery Prep Center. We can see that this item is en route to Amazon. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on the A and take us to Amazon, remembering that it was $6.22 in the previous example. What you'll see here is astonishing. Now that we've changed our preferences from the default settings that Amazon provides to Amazon optimized shipments, your result of using the Internet Mastery Prep Center technology is that you'll notice there are no inbound placement service fees. Whereas on Amazon, those fees were $1.38. You will notice that the Amazon partnered carrier cost of the inbound shipping has gone up to $6.11. But $6.11 is 11 cents less than it is if you created the plan on Amazon. So by simply changing your preferences within your Amazon Seller Central account and utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center, we save 11 cents on these 6 units being sent to Amazon. Now you might say, well, 11 cents, that's not really a significant difference. We had $6.22 on Amazon, $6.11 if I utilize the Prep Center. I'll do it myself. I'll pay 11 cents more. Not a big deal. But in reality, it is a huge deal. See, when you take a look at the top sellers in our Internet Mastery community, we're talking about 212,000 orders shipped, 300,000 orders shipped, 131,000 orders shipped, 290,000 orders shipped, 211,000 orders shipped. You can do the math on what just saving 11 cents on an order just might do for your business. But maybe that's not enough to impress you. Maybe we just want to impress upon you that it isn't just the benefit of you not having to do the work anymore. It is about the savings that you get when you utilize the Internet Mastery Prep Center because of the incredible amount of work that our team has done in this technology. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one more example, but this time we're going to do it with 20 units. A lot of times when we're sending items to Amazon, even as a retail arbitrage process, we utilize more than 5 or 6 or 7 units. We'll send in 20 units. So in this case, I'm going to send in 20 units to Amazon of the same item. We'll enter the expiration date sometime in the future for this test example. Click on Ready to Ship, pack the individual units. We're going to put all 20 in the same box. The dimensions of the box will change to 10 by 10 by 10. And the weight will be 8 pounds. I'm going to click on Confirm Packing Information and then Confirm and Continue. We'll wait for Amazon to optimize the fulfillment centers. This can always take a few seconds. And before you're able to select the ship date, Amazon needs to calculate the overall shipping costs. So we select the ship date, and now let's take a look at the results. The first thing you'll see is that Amazon's inventory placement costs are still 23 cents per unit. However, because we are sending in 20 units, our placement cost is $4.60. Our shipping cost is $6.16. So in this case, when we're sending in 20 units of the same thing, our costs to send this item in today are double what they were before Amazon changed its policy. And this is why there's so much drama, so much frustration, so much uncertainty, and so much chaos amongst Amazon sellers. Because now the cost to inbound this item to Amazon, including the placement fees and the shipping fees, are $10.76. It's almost double. So let's go ahead and now go through this process with the Internet Mastery Prep Center. In this case, we'll use PMZ APE test number 3. We'll select the same item. We'll choose 20 units, and our original shipping source is not relevant. We'll click on Submit, and the form has now been submitted. From here, we'll go through the Prep Center technology. We'll receive the items in the Prep Center, and now we will prep them. We'll create the shipping plan. We'll put everything in one box. It weighs 8 pounds. The dimensions are 10 by 10 by 10. We will confirm the transportation and we will finalize the process. Once we do that, we'll head back to the Internet Mastery Prep Center. We'll see the item is en route to Amazon, and now let's check to see what our costs are. And this is where the magic happens. You will notice that by utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center and our technology, the inbound service fees are $0, and the shipping inbound to Amazon is $7.38. Amazon is charging us $10.76. Let me say this again. When you use the Internet Mastery Prep Center, you'll pay $7.38 for this shipment to go to Amazon. When you send the shipment through Amazon, you will pay $10.76. That means that by utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center, you will save 31% on the shipping fees inbound to Amazon cumulative, including the inbound placement service fees and the shipping cost. This is almost insignificant in what we were paying previously, $6.16 versus $7.38. It is insignificant. It works out to be pennies per item sent in. So when utilizing Amazon's shipping services, you pay $10.76 in this example. When you utilize the Internet Mastery Prep Center for the exact same, your total cost is $7.38. That's a 31% savings by utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center. Listen, folks, when we developed and created this technology for the Internet Mastery Prep Center, when we built it, we did it with the sole purpose of being able to provide a service for our Internet Mastery community members so that you would never have to receive items, you'd never have to box and ship items and send them off to Amazon yourself. Now, with that being said, over the years, so many people have taken advantage of the Prep Center, and yet we still have a percentage of people who enjoy doing the prep work themselves, who like prepping their own items, who prefer to do it out of their home or whatever facility they're doing it from. But as of now, effective immediately, the Internet Mastery Community Prep Center is not just about the service of helping you do the work. It's about saving a significant and massive amount of money in your business. The more you sell, the more you ship, the more you ship, the more you prep. And as your business grows, and you start to move from retail arbitrage into wholesale, and again, we'll cover that in a different video. I want you to understand that the savings provided by the Internet Mastery Prep Center technology is massive. It's hundreds, it's thousands, and it could equate to tens of thousands of dollars by going through this process. So what do I want you to do, and what do I want your takeaways to be? Number one, I want you to set your settings up properly. Do it now. Don't wait another minute. Go into your Amazon account and make the changes to your default settings. Number two, understand that when you're doing it on your own, you will pay more. Period. End of conversation. In addition to that, when you start to send in higher quantities and you're adding multiple ASINs per plan, you'll start to get splits of 2, 3, 4, 5 different locations, which not only incur placement fees, but also incur multiple shipping charges to all these different locations. Amazon's doing what is best for Amazon. And so what we have done now is integrated with advanced technology, AI, and algorithmic learning, understanding how Amazon works and what Amazon requires for shipping plans for this inbound process to save you in upwards of 30, and you will find some cases 40, 50, 60% and more simply by utilizing the Internet Mastery Prep Center. This technology is amazing. The Prep Center team is phenomenal. They're geared up and they're ready to go for the increase in shipments that we expect you to send. Don't get frustrated by Amazon changes. Embrace them. This gives you, if you understand what's happening, a strategic advantage over other people who are selling on Amazon, because the only place this is available is to people in Internet Mastery and people who are part of this amazing community. And when you recognize that all sellers that are shipping items to Amazon on their own through the normal channels are going to see incredible increases in costs, significant increases in costs, they're going to have to increase their prices, and you do not, which means you can be more competitive, you'll win the buy box more, you will make more sales, and heck, if you combine it with the Internet Mastery Pricer, you might just be on a whole other level.